episode of Let's Talk It Out is brought to you by the Municipal Councillor for the District of St. Bruno since 2013, Mr. David Takotis. David understands his important role as a competent and honest administrator. In addition to his mandate as a municipal councillor for the District of St. Bruno, he held key positions on the Executive Committee as Vice President of the Executive Committee and Deputy Mayor. David chaired the Board of Directors of Société de Transport de Laval, or STL. David applies his values of humanity and integrity in each of his functions to the benefit of Laval residents. David also wants St. Bruno to remain a vibrant community with a strong community attachment serving its citizens. Now, back to our latest episode of Let's Talk It Out. Hey everybody, it's Lisa from Let's Talk It Out. Unfortunately, Francesca, my partner, is not here today, but that's totally okay because we have a special guest, which I'm sure everybody recognizes, and you're probably wondering, oh my God, why is he there? But stay tuned because we're going to let you know why. So I'd like to
Why would they be wondering that?
Because. So,
Okay.
So that's the voice of Vanny. Voice of Vanny.
The guy who's taking over for Francesca because she decided to take another day off.
Thanks, Fran.
Thanks, Francesca.
Francie, I was going to call her, but
Francie?
no, you're from
No, isn't her Instagram, Francie?
Francie, I think so. Yeah.
No idea. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
It could be.
Good.
But that's the voice of Vanny.
That's me.
That's the voice of Vanny. So guys, tune in to our brother podcast, which is also Sessions with Stef.
Damn right.
But first, let's talk it out because we matter first. Just saying.
Sure.
Yeah. So thanks for agreeing. Now, before we do anything, we can't do anything without our sponsors. And we
Yes.
do have 3 tonight.
Amazing.
3 sponsors.
Amazing.
Now, our first sponsor is, it's a recurring sponsor. He sponsored us once before. His name is Vito Exclusive Auto Repair. And this is interesting. He's actually located in Toronto, Ontario.
Oh, love him.
Okay. Yeah. So he is located at 90 Turbine Drive, Unit 18, Toronto, Ontario. He's actually celebrating his 35th year in business. So he takes care of all kinds of cars. He also has old cars.
He does luxury,
And he does
luxuries
luxury
and
cars,
old cars.
and he's also a mechanic. So amazing work, and we're so honored. Thank you so much, Vito, for sponsoring.
So he does
especially-
vintage, right?
He does
Vintage
vintage
and-
cars
and,
as well.
luxury cars
luxury vintage, and he's a mechanic, and 35 year in the business. So you definitely know what you're doing, Vito, and I thank you so much, especially from Montreal to Ontario.
Yep.
Thanks so much.
Yep.
So guys in TO Ontario, go and see Vito.
You guys don't know that I have like a Bentley, and the reason you don't know is because it's in Toronto because they fixed it for me.
Way to go, Vito.
And then he wakes up.
And then I wake up. Okay.
Then you take the brandy out of his hand.
Yes.
So the second sponsor, he's also recurring. He is awesome. Van Cropsel.
Our real estate dude.
Our real estate agent from Remax Alliance. Van, you're so awesome. We thank you so much for just being so supportive and just ongoing with us. It's so encouraging. Van Cropsel or Équipe Cropsal, 438-402-9471, VANC at remax-quebec.com, vancropsel.com. Van Cropsel is definitely your man because he gets the job done. He knows his stuff. He knows his comparables. He knows his market. To sell, to buy, he is definitely your go-to. So Van, thanks so much, and call him.
Yes.
Thirdly, another recurring sponsor. Very awesome. And he's actually one of our favorite photographers,
Yes,
Richard Babb
Richard.
Photography. So Richard, thank you so much again, because we are so humbled by the fact that you're sponsoring us again. And we really want everybody to enjoy and see your work. And you can find him at on Instagram, actually, Richard_Babb_photography, 514-923-3168. And he does everything. He does theatrical cosplay, style. He does sports.
Fine
he
arts.
Fine
he does,
arts. He does everything.
Yeah, the cosplay stuff is really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
His colors are vibrant and so elegant and some seductive, but it's in a great way. So he also does portraits. Guys, give him a call. He's definitely your go-to for photos. So call him. Yeah. And that concludes our sponsors.
But now, can I explain this?
Yes,
Because
Vanny.
we were looking for an amazing guest.
Yes.
And we had one right in our back pocket because he
You
was
were
right
in
here.
his back
no,
pocket.
not Biggie in behind you, not Biggie. He's
You
there.
were in Vanny's back pocket.
But we had this guest, and we wanted to do something about bikes. Like we were kind of looking for a bike expert.
Not bike as in tricycle. We're
Now,
talking
yeah,
motorcycles.
Like motorcycle, because we know
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that do that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we didn't really want to get into like nitty gritty debate. What's better? Because like they get hardcore. These guys, right? It's heavy.
Yeah.
And,
It's you know, you don't want to offend one and offend the other, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
and Alfie's just a guy, and which we didn't introduce. Lisa will, but who we got is someone who was on our series, which is amazing, and he rode a bike, and he loves riding motorcycles. So we wanted to know more because I've never ridden a fucking motorcycle, and I don't know if Lisa has, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I do it on Wednesdays.
Okay, on Wednesdays cool. After the podcast. So we just wanted like a bike lover, someone who does it, to explain to us what's so fun about it, what's enjoyable. We're gonna get into that. So Lisa, please give him a good introduction.
Welcome, Alfie Di Gregorio.
Yes,
Yay!
yes.
Thank you so much, Alfie, for being a guest.
no, thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah. We were like right in our midst all along, and we just sort of overlooked something that was actually a very interesting part, because you do something that I guess many people do as hobbies and as a lifestyle.
Oh, well, there's a lot of people. I mean, it's something else.
Yeah.
I mean, if the way I see it is, you know, some people go see psychologists and stuff like that to fix the little problems in their head.
Yeah.
That's another podcast.
That's it.
But there's times that, and you know, it gets hard. That's why people during winter, they start itching. And like after a while, they start itching because a lot of it is,
Dry skin?
it's just once you get right, or herpes, one or the other.
I could have mentioned somebody. I'm just gonna stay quiet.
But
disgusting.
it's sometimes, you know, you're sitting at home, you're thinking your problems get into your head and all that, right? You get on a bike, get on the road. There's nothing. You go blank.
Yeah.
There's not. Did you ever hear that comedian online that talks about the empty box?
The empty box. I heard something about that. Yeah.
He talks about like men have all kinds of boxes, and in each box they have their problems, and all that.
Yes.
But none of the boxes touch each other.
Yes,
and there's
I
that
heard of
one
that.
box that's an empty box that a man could do something on end, seamlessly on end, and looks like dead. Like
yeah.
Well, that's what riding a bike is.
Oh my God.
Meaning you're riding, you're just taking in everything. I've rode through mountains. I've rode on long trips. I've done 12, 15, 18-hour trips.
Yeah.
It's just amazing on how you can just tune out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you just tune out.
So you tune out as in you don't know where you're going,
Yeah,
or
you
tuning
just
out
tune
as
out.
in you're in your own world?
Yeah,
basically.
you're in your own world. Sometimes you even find solutions in that empty box.
Oh, nice. I like that. It's very metaphoric. But okay, so how did you this becoming a bike rider or a motorcycle aficionado, we would say? What is it that led to this passion? I mean, we all have passions. We all have things that we sort of inspire us. But what inspired you particularly
I've
with
always
the
wanted
motorcycle?
to ride ever since I was young. I've loved motorcycles. I guess it started when I was on my bicycle. Unfortunately, I was born in an Italian family.
Oh boy.
So you got that Italian mother. No, never. You know how many people die on motorcycles?
Oh yes, I can imagine.
So it took me a while before then from just like every Italian family, you go from the house to the wedding to the kids.
Yes.
So it took me a while until one day I just said, no, I'm done.
But how did you know? How did you know that was your moment, and how did you know which one you wanted?
You just know. When it was my moment was from the day I was born. The problem is
Wow.
I've always had sticks being thrown at me, rocks and everything else. But the day that I said I'm done, I'm old enough to make my own decision.
Really?
Which was late in life.
Yeah.
Because
you got married.
Your mother still
The
tells you when
wife
to
takes
come over.
over. The wife takes over.
The
wife is the word. What can we say?
I said I was done.
Oh, yeah?
I went out, got my bike, and ever since then I've been riding. And honestly, I even, you guys know that I've gotten into a bad accident.
Yes.
I got right back on the bike and still riding today.
So there was no fear.
Nope.
So why?
You fear a bit at the beginning, because once you get back on, you got your EBGBs.
Heebie-jeebies?
Yeah, but I'm back to my old ways. So yeah.
There, that'll help you.
This was one of the things that bad when you ride.
Yeah, okay.
This is one of the things that helps me get through the ride. I mean,
Oh my God.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Yeah, of course.
I tell everybody you shouldn't.
Yeah. But you had gone to get a specific type of bike. Now, why is that? Because it represents you? And if so, in what way?
I've always liked Harleys. I've liked the sound. I've liked the looks. Now, this is gonna go bad because
no, you're not.
No,
judging.
you're allowed to express yourself.
a lot. Okay, I actually, and I'm gonna be honest with you. The actual bike that I liked, and I saw that I really loved are the old Indians, not the new Indians that came out. The older ones. Well,
Okay.
now if you actually look at the older Harleys, they resemble a lot like the older Indians, like the FLHs and all that. Now, if you actually look at how Harley actually became the most, does anybody know how Harley became one of the most popular bikes?
No.
Because they got
no
the
idea.
contract with the military and the
Oh.
police.
Oh.
There was a bidding war with Indian and Harley Davidson with the military and all that, and Harley got the contract, and that's why they became the most popular bikes. And
Oh,
stuff.
nice. I didn't know that.
So yeah, I got into Harley. I like the look. I like the style. So now, if a lot of people say, "Yeah, well, you know what? Hondas have the same look." Exactly. I mean,
Case in point.
it's not the same thing. You just gotta feel. You gotta feel. I ride with Hondas and I ride with Yamahas and people, and I be honest. If you want a reliable long ride bike, and you know what? Even today, everything is made
in China. What?
I didn't want to put it out there, but even Harleys and stuff like that, a lot of their parts are made
Of course.
I mean, if you wanted a reliable bike, reliable. Harleys are reliable. You can go on long rides. It's just your chances of something happening more on a Honda or anything else is less than riding with a Harley. Look, I changed my cable clutch on my bike. I did maybe 100 kilometers and stopped again. I changed my strap on my bike.
Stop drinking.
I changed my strap on my I changed my belt on my bike. I did not even 15 kilometers and it snapped. Thank God I was still in Montreal because I was leaving to Laconia the week after.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So could you imagine it would have happened in the States? So I mean,
Now, what's the beauty about, like, when I have a long car ride, I'm like, fuck, let me get there as fast as I can.
Yeah.
'Cause my ass is gonna hurt and I'm gonna be tired of sitting down.
you get that with
I can imagine.
If you're
Like,
gonna
isn't the beauty, from what I heard, I don't know, isn't the beauty riding, the noise, the wind hitting you? The end of
if
Sons
you're
of
looking-
Anarchy when he dies on the bike,
No,
right?
no.
No. Fuck.
See, the fact of riding a Honda and all that, you get more comfort. You're gonna ride to, let's say, Sturgis, which I have no idea how you'll do it, because Sturgis is usually in North Dakota. It's a long ride.
Why?
On a
What's so
Sportster?
special about this place?
You got it's Sturgis Bike Week.
Oh,
It's one of the biggest
yeah,
ones.
Vanny, like,
You
jeez.
got Sturgis, you got Daytona, you got Laconia.
I know it's the NAM show now.
Yeah.
That's music, but whatever. All right.
If you're doing it on a Sportster, let me tell you, I mean, it's a hard ride. Or if you have a hardtail or something, I mean, it's a hard ride. I ride my, I have an FLH, so it's
what?
an FLH.
No idea what that is.
It's a bigger bike. It's,
okay.
I have the fairing and
Show
also
off.
it's much more comfortable to ride. It's much more comfortable.
I have the
to ride.
YWZ. XYZ.
It's much more comfortable to ride, but it has nothing to do with the bike. It has more to do with wherever you go, your scenery, the people you meet, the place. When I did Laconia, okay, when we go to Laconia Bike Week, we don't only stay in Laconia. We do Hampton Beach.
I was there.
It's beautiful because when you're riding in a car, okay, you're riding, you see the beach. When you're actually closing into the beach by bike, you could be like a kilometer away. You smell the ocean.
Oh, yes.
You smell, so you feel. You got that.
Oh, you roll down your window.
You can roll on your window too. Make it interesting.
Or you have a convertible. I don't know. Just say.
So you smell. So you got all that. You take in all the air, and then you're still in your nothing box that you're not thinking about anything, and that ocean air just
that can
like
get people
wakes you
into
up.
trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just it's something. It's you gotta live it to experience it. I mean.
Okay, but now I have a question because drivers and bikers sometimes they don't mix, especially when they're passing you on a highway and they cut you off, and I don't know. Have you ever had those moments? Because I'm sure all of us had those motorcycle moments.
Well, I did almost die.
Yes,
Well,
no, I
did.
remember that,
was-
yeah.
well, I'm still going through it now, my operations and stuff like that. Actually, I got operated in my finger nut. We're still doing this. I'm still
Touching up?
touching up little knickknacks here and there,
Sewing my fucking foot
sewing
together.
up things that we forgot this one, we forgot that. So now we're gonna in a couple of months we got to do the finger that's been like this for 3 years. It's been 3 years now, and I'm still going through operations and broken
Yet you
ribs.
still go on the bike.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's the passion.
stuff.
It's the passion. I still got on,
Right.
and
To me, that's why I'm not going to go on the bike. Just so FYI.
No, but you wear a helmet. That's all.
actually in New Hampshire, New Hampshire, there's no helmet law. Florida, no helmet law. Passenger, yes, not the.
That's odd.
Florida.
Yeah,
Come on.
passenger, yes, that's what I heard. I seen a lot
Can't
of.
go against
but then
my
again-
rights.
But then again, I wanted to ride my bike down to Florida for Daytona Bike Week, but you're leaving here in winter, so it's a bit chilly.
It's a bit touchy.
I wanted to trailer it down, and then I started to think, gas, because you're pulling your bike and all that. Now it's already costing me $500-600 of gas. Now you got to trailer your bike all the way down. You're pulling, so you're putting that extra $300-400. I figured when I go down,
there and back, Florida.
so I figured when you go down, you rent one down there. Try to rent a bike in Daytona, anywhere in Florida during Bike Week.
Yeah, impossible.
Impossible.
Well, yeah, I would imagine.
Impossible.
The whole world's there.
I have a
Well,
condo.
bikers.
I have a condo in Naples. Well, my father-in-law.
Yeah.
Which technically it's the family's man.
He's
mine
mine.
now.
And from Daytona Bike Week, my cousin lives in Daytona. We tried looking for a bike down there during Bike Week, and I usually stop the first 3-4 days when I'm going down. Usually it's Daytona Bike Week is spring break. Kids, so we go down to Florida as we drive down, and as we get down to Naples, we stop at my cousin's place.
Yeah.
And we tried looking for any bike. I was even ready to ride a scooter, to Daytona Bike Week. And it pissed me off because I had to drive my car. Well, it wasn't that bad because I drove my car in, I did the detour, I left, and then my cousin goes, okay, we'll go with me. He had the Mustang, so he put down the cover. So it wasn't so bad.
You smell the sea. See?
Yeah. But I said, you know what? I'm going to go down. We'll go down to the condo in Naples. And I'm going to look at Naples. We're 4.5 hours down. I was like, okay, well, we'll go in Naples. If I find something in Naples, I'll start from the Keys and work my way back up to Daytona and then come back down.
Nothing.
Not even in Naples.
Really? What's the popularity of the bike?
In Florida?
Anywhere. Even in Florida.
Well, in Florida, it's all year round. You see bikes day in and day out, even off season. It's hot all year round. I mean, there's
If you want to see bikes all year round here, call Valerie Plante. You'll have it.
Valerie
Valerie
Plante.
Plante with the bike pads.
Yeah.
For me.
She's not stopping yet.
All kinds of bikes here. Never mind. They sell those winter bikes now. Those fat tires.
Yeah.
I don't know who the hell.
Yeah.
Well, there's the
great,
Ural.
but-
There's the Ural. That's a winter bike. It comes with winter tires. It's called a Ural. It comes with a sidecar.
Isn't that like
Oh, the
signing your
sidecar.
death wish? Like
No,
Riding a
it's a Russian.
motorcycle
It's
in the
yeah,
winter?
no. You got winter tires and everything. It's a Russian bike, actually. It's a Ural.
my car slides.
Yeah, but look how you drive.
You don't see people doing it,
Yeah.
but you can.
Yeah.
You can.
Salt,
But then again, it's
especially
like
here, the salt will
snowmobiles.
destroy that.
They have they have bike drags in
Daytona for sure.
no winter drag ice
Up
drags.
north.
Ice drag.
Oh, I have it on the tip of my tongue. I went a couple of times. Yeah, they put nails on the bikes and they drag down drag strips in winter
Oh,
Okay.
on
okay.
the bikes and on the snow and all that. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
As you can tell, we're very much connoisseurs. See what's going on.
No, it's a drag. It's a straightaway there. I mean, I wouldn't see somebody driving on the highway with nails on their.
If someone wanted to get into bikes and riding and stuff like that, what's a tip you would give them? What's
Don't drink and drive.
yeah, that's
That's obvious.
What's a tip?
yeah. Like how would they start? What would they do? Would they just
Take
come
your
to
course. Take your course. It helps.
Yeah.
It helps you to learn what to do that you're not going to end up doing, but it's what you do. It's like driving a car.
Yeah.
You got to have
Two
your
hands.
hands on three or
Sure.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, everybody's worried after that.
to the foot out the. I mean, but no, I would suggest taking a course for somebody that's a beginner, wants to know about it. My wife always no. I mean, she got a bike.
No.
Yeah,
Wow.
she got a trike. But
What does that mean?
'cause
Okay, it's a three-wheel
she's-
bike.
Yeah, she came home. She took her course with the Bombardier, the Spiders.
Okay.
Because to drive a trike, you can have the same license as a Spider. So I love the Spider. I go as long as you park it somewhere else.
I guess
It
you
ain't
don't
coming in the garage.
associate it with me.
So she's like, okay, we get a trike and all that. So we got a Harley trike,
Cool.
and she rides it. Now she wants to get rid of it because she doesn't ride it enough. So I mean, I would
Yeah.
try it out. It's expensive to start.
Can
with
you
your-
rent? Can you
Yeah.
rent a bike? Like let's say for
Yeah, but you need your license to rent one.
yeah, of course.
You need a class. You need the bike
you need
class.
your class. But it's expensive to
I would imagine.
take your course.
It's expensive to buy apples at the so imagine a bike.
It's
course.
expensive to take your course, and even plates now are on a motorcycle are
Yeah, they
expensive.
tripled.
Yeah, they tripled.
680, 690 this year, or
couple of
went up.
months.
Wow.
I don't know. It goes through my bank.
It's automatic.
They take it automatic, but I know they went up a couple of times.
Wow.
I know speed bikes are at 1,004, 1,008.
Oh.
Oh,
something
more
like
than
that. Yeah. If anybody has any info on that one, yeah. 1480.
1480.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a rider.
Oh, there you
Okay.
go. There you go.
Yeah.
1480.
And
That's
now,
why.
and I heard now that
That
now
hurts.
that you even you
shit ton of
even
money.
now they trying to pass a law that you gotta have 5 years experience, you gotta be 21 to get your racer license or something like, or race bike or something. They're trying to or they did, because they say a lot of motorcycle accidents come from racers. It's not true. It's just bad drivers out there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
I mean, there's a lot of bad drivers.
Actually, you know what? It's interesting. When you have a motorcycle, I think an element of balance is necessary to ride a motorcycle, I would imagine. Not like a regular bike, but I mean, you're driving a vehicle on the road, right? So if somebody cuts you off or when you're turning, you have to make sure that you're balanced, right? Or else you could tip over. Like, how easy is it?
It's experience. I would say it's experience, and I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people. Look, my accident was unavoidable. I mean, it was gravel road. It happened on the spot. A lot of people would have said, "Yeah, but you could have gone around. You could have done this." It happened so quickly, so fast. I mean, some people say, "Yeah, but you weren't experienced enough." I got 17, 18 years experience. No more than that, 20-something years experience. It has nothing to do. It takes that one dummy.
Yeah.
It has nothing with losing your. It takes that one dummy that decides to change lane quickly, and you're in that lane.
Oh, they didn't see you.
Really, they didn't see you. That's
They didn't see you. You're in their blind spot, and they decide, "Oh, I'm gonna change lanes quickly." It doesn't take much to sideswipe you.
Wow. But I mean, in terms of riding, because let's say you drive long distances, how do you manage to keep yourself,
Bike will never fall. As long as the tires keep turning, the bike will never fall.
Okay.
The
So,
bike, did you ever take your bicycle at home and just push it? It will keep going. It will keep riding until as it keeps slowing down, it starts to wobble until it comes to a stop and then fall. Same thing. Bikes are aerodynamic. They're built not to fall. So your bike will continue going straight all the time. And the slower it goes, and eventually once it comes to a stop, it will fall.
okay.
But they're made not to fall. They're done that way.
And now, when you're suggesting people to take classes, what is it? Like, what are the steps? What are the procedures? And how are these classes? How does it work?
I took my course 20 years ago, so I mean,
Pay
I don't know.
teach you.
Today, I have no idea. I know that when I took my course, it was 8 months. I had to wait before getting my license, and I did my 8 months during winter.
Yeah.
And that was it. I did my closed circuit, and I got my temp. I had to ride with somebody, but now today I heard that now you get your temp, you're allowed to ride. When I was
Yeah.
allowed to ride with somebody, I was allowed to go anywhere. I was allowed to ride all. Now you're allowed to ride only until midnight. So there's
You're only allowed to ride till midnight.
You're not allowed in the States. Not allowed to carry a passenger. Not allowed.
Why do
to
they
take
have trucks to
bridges,
have these
they're not allowed
limitations?
highways. They put so many laws around it. Is it for the good? Is it for the bad? I don't know. I know one guy always told me, he goes, you know what? You're not an experienced driver until you did at least 20 to 30,000 kilometers of asphalt. And you know what? Yeah, I would say so too. Because there's some beginners that think that they get on a bike and that's it.
Yeah, but how do you avoid? Oh, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
How do you avoid these accidents? If you got to do 20,000 kilometers, there's still other people there
Yeah.
on the road. There's still.
Well, look, I can easily do 5,000, 6,000 kilometers in 2 months. Laconia is about 1,000 to 1,003 because you're 4 or 5 days in Laconia. The only thing you go down by bike, you're there by bike. Everything you do is by bike. Rain, or
Rain.
I can't even fathom riding. And it's raining.
Everything is by bike. So already I think it's 400 and something kilometers to go and 400 and something kilometers to come back. You're already at let's say 1,000 kilometers, 900 to 1,000 kilometers. Plus you're putting another, let's say 1,000 kilometers the time that you're there. Then we ride the coast. We ride the coast of Maine. We go to New Hampshire. So you're putting. So I would say within 4, maybe 5 days, I can put between 2,005 and 3,000 kilometers, maybe even more. So I can put that just in 4 or 5 days.
Oh, wow. Jesus. Would you say that you have to be patient to ride a motorcycle?
What does that mean? What do you mean by patient?
Yeah,
Patient meaning because it's long. You're sitting on one
You're on
seat.
the bike. Patient comes naturally. It just.
I would probably be pissed off. Like I'm so uncomfortable.
What pisses me off is traffic. But I've gotten a trick with down.
Yeah, you go through
can't
between
yell
the
at people.
cars.
In your car, you could yell all you want. You motherfucker! But in the bike, they hear you.
Shoulder road, especially on a Harley.
You can go
It
through all
starts
the.
heating up.
Yeah.
Starts heating up, and then it starts to buck. So I take the shoulder of the road, and I'm gone.
Are you allowed to do that?
No.
There you go.
No.
You're the guy that they say, you motherfucker.
But I'm gone. I've done it coming. Look,
we said, don't drink and drive.
We went to Wasaga and we got stuck on the 401 in the middle of fucking July. It's a parking lot.
Yeah.
It was a parking lot. Coming into Toronto was a parking lot. The hell with that. Shoulder road, gone. Gone. And we hear people, okay. Oh, hell no. Hell. And you got a helmet, you're dying of heat.
Anyway, at least no one knows.
Oh, no.
At least now you're on the podcast live and no one knows that you've done that. So don't worry about it. You kept that secret for long enough.
That's it.
Yeah. And it's funny though because I do it. The guys that I usually ride with,
one
usually
person
follow.
sees it.
Everybody
That's
follows.
it.
But the funny part about it is, as we're going, everybody else that we're passing that are bikes in those traffic get
start-
behind us. And just keep going. So you actually look back and you're like, you got a whole
'Cause they
row.
figure-
You got like 30, 40 bikes, which
They
you didn't even come
figure
down with.
if there's one or two cops, they're going to nab the first two guys. So fuck that. I'm doing it too.
So I look back and we were like 5 guys. I look back and like 30 bikes behind me, and I'm like, damn. Like I started a trend. No, usually, I guess, I don't know if you've ever done it in traffic. I mean, just taken off in traffic.
They're not going to
They're
incriminate
not
themselves.
gonna.
You're not? No, okay.
No.
I have no idea what the hell it is.
So so I wouldn't. No, it gets hot. It gets hot, especially on a Harley when then it gets hot between the leg. I'm done.
Is there a
Done.
chafing? Is there a lot of
Yeah. It's not a horse ride.
I'm just asking. I don't know.
And Harleys are not they're not liquid cooled, so that is another problem. They're most of them are actually no. The V rod is liquid cooled, but the
What
Harleys
does
are
that
not.
mean, the liquid?
It's like Prestone in a car that
Okay.
that cools down the engine. While Harleys have they're air cooled,
Okay.
so a lot of them start to.
And why wouldn't they fix that? Hey, we can just do liquid cool. And
They did. Now they came out with this. You drop it to one forward and it drops to one cylinder, as you're riding, or is it the back head that runs? But not everybody does it. Everybody takes the shoulder of the rod and just runs up. Well, that I know.
I do.
know.
I
do. I do. My bike doesn't have that one cylinder forward, so.
Oh my God. Okay, so now before we continue any questions, we're going to be playing a game. Vanny's a little bit tunny. It's good, Vanny. Just take your time.
Okay, what game? You're not supposed to pay attention to me. You're supposed to be doing the podcast.
You're reading the questions.
I
Vanny.
know. Well, what's the game?
It's rapid response. So the rapid response game is we come up with you have to name 3 things and you have 5 seconds to name them. Obviously, that's not an obligation because people here take maybe 20 minutes to think of an answer. But the whole fun of it is it's what you think of first. It's on impulse.
Okay.
Okay?
So I'm gonna ask the question, and
And
I'll
I have to
ask
give you 5 answers right away.
No, 3
3. Yeah, it's name 3 things you would.
in 5 seconds.
And 5 seconds. You have just whatever you.
Yeah,
come
whatever
up
you
with,
feel.
it
You
goes
can take the full hour.
Just for fun.
Let her go first.
I am gonna make her go first. So let's say, Lisa, name 3 things that you would do. Oh my God, what a fucking question. Name 3 things that you would do with $1 million. I can name you 100, but name only 3. That's hard.
Well, I would obviously take some and stash it, obviously, and spend the rest.
Tell me where, because that's my first thing. I'm gonna do is find where you stashed it.
But that's why I said stash it, because I won't tell you.
Okay, that's the Italian version of putting it between my mattress. Yeah.
There you go. What would I do? I would go on trips. I would be traveling. I would travel to exotic destinations, Europe, places that are, remote places that are, not really touched. So traveling.
Virgin Islands.
There you go. You got it. See, Bora Bora. And the third thing that I would do, I don't know. I think I would just, I don't know. I'd shop for myself. I don't really shop for myself, and I would buy stuff for me, but not the whole million because half of it would be stashed. But I think I would, sort of ingratiate myself a bit.
$500,000 worth of shoes.
No, not at all.
So you'd have with the closet.
They're
It comes with
addictive. They're
the
addictive.
shoe
My
closet
God.
and the shoes.
I don't understand why shoes are so gorgeous.
Yeah.
Some of them you just walk by and it's horrible. When you walk by a store, especially in a mall,
And it just shines.
And and you look and it's like they're right there and they're saying buy me because I know you want me. Yeah. Okay. It's true.
Yeah, okay.
I don't browse. I just shoot.
So now
for-
you know how it is. That was 5 seconds.
Okay.
Name. What the fuck is this? Name 3 things found in your nose.
Yeah.
Lisa comes up with the question.
Can we try to swim? Because there's a lot of shit in my I did grow up bad in my area. I was like growing up.
I don't mean those things.
I went into a bad high school. I did graduate, but I went to a bad
general,
high school.
Alfie. G
I
for
did
general.
I did do.
So
my
cocaine,
life.
let's say
My
cocaine is
life.
one.
I did do my life when I was younger. No, you wouldn't find anything. I mean, snot.
Snot, okay. And what's the third? Well, what the fuck
Hair.
are you gonna
I
answer
don't
to
know.
that question? Other than snot, hair.
COVID.
COVID and
You're gonna
hair.
find COVID.
And hair. right?
and hair.
What else are you gonna find? Okay,
Maybe
back to
some
you,
residues
Lisa.
from when I was back in high school.
And some people go a little bit more. Lisa, name 3 things you would do if you had the power to read minds. That's a good question.
What would I do if I had the power to read minds? Well, I would convince the bank to give me $1 million.
No, but you can only read them. You can only know what they're thinking. You can't.
I know.
convince them. Fucking, what is this?
What-
Superhero DC comic books over here? We're coming up with
Yeah,
superpowers.
it's my question. I want to change it. If I could read minds, what would I do? I guess I would be able to predict where my life would be headed in the future. If I would be able to read the mind, if I would somebody,
Yeah, how
because
would
if
you
you,
know?
if you would go to a psychic, let's say, you would be able to know what they
Except
would.
they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But
You'd
okay,
be telling
believe that.
them what their future. Not you.
No, I'll tell them this is what I want to see. Damn, you're gonna tell
You
me.
see, I can answer that.
This
quickly.
is a. I know I wrote it, and I'm like, what would I be able to do if I can read minds?
I would be the best salesman in the world.
Yeah.
Because I can read the person's mind if they're willing to spend or not.
That's a good one,
and
too.
the price shoots up as long as I know what they're thinking, right?
Well, then you would be able to know if somebody would be swindling you or not.
Yeah, true.
You would be able to see if somebody was taking you
Or
for a
somebody
loop.
lying.
Somebody lying,
yeah.
absolutely. So that would be a good one.
Somebody lying.
Um,
You see if your husband's lying.
yeah. Oh, that would be good. That would be good.
Your kids.
I would be able to see what my dogs are thinking.
Your kids.
I would be able to understand what my pets are thinking.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
one
know how
get it. Did
beneficial
you
that
I
read
would be in
understand
my
what they're
life.
thinking. Food, bitch. Basically, that's all they want. Right?
No, that's not all they want.
Sometimes they come to cuddle. You take out that kernel
No,
of
they
food.
probably say it's time to lick myself. Maybe you know what I'm saying?
But if there's food there, they're jumping on that food first. Take out a T-bone and see what happens. At any point.
Take out the peanut butter jar. Now you want to read.
Now you wanna-
Now you gotta read. Now you gotta read the mind of the dog.
We told you we had someone in our back pocket.
Now you gotta read the dog's mind.
All right.
Yeah.
Name 3 ways to create chaos in a grocery store. I don't know.
Oh, holy. shit.
Yeah.
You could take more than 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Create chaos. I have no clue. I don't do the groceries.
Start a food fight.
Start a food fight.
Start a food fight.
Take a shit in an aisle.
I don't do groceries.
Throw bananas at someone. I don't know. You run around naked.
That's hilarious.
That would cause chaos.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, running around naked would cause chaos. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't do
Lisa,
groceries.
name
Plead the fifth.
3 bizarre talents you wish you had.
Bizarre talents.
I can name you one.
That she wished she had. Not that you wish she had. You animal, you.
Do I go get the peanut butter?
We have to
We're getting
think,
back to the reading of the mind.
we have to think back here. Every time we ask him to come on, we have to think what it's gonna end up.
So tell us.
And I'm just saying we were friends in high school, bro. Yeah.
Okay, repeat the question.
So Lisa, go ahead.
Repeat the question, please.
3 bizarre talents you wish you had.
Okay, obviously, I don't know if this would be considered a talent, but I can't touch my feet.
You can't?
I can't bend and touch my feet.
Oh, so you wish you could be able to do
Yeah.
Why?
Because
Where would your head be at that?
it's a flexibility. You know when you stretch? It's a stretch, right? I can't touch my feet.
Okay.
When I stand, when I sit.
No, I
Yeah,
get that.
okay,
But it's like, I wish I'd be able to. I'd
Yeah,
wish a lot
it's a
more than
nice
that.
morning stretch. Actually, another thing I wish I would be able to do.
How about I wish I could touch anyone's feet in the world? Now that's a bizarre talent that I wish I could do.
That's weird.
I don't know.
I don't know, Vanny. It's a bit weird.
No, I'm just saying it's something like who gives a shit about your own feet.
A bizarre talent. I don't know. Like, what's a bizarre talent? Like, what would be a bizarre talent? I don't know.
Asking weird questions.
Putting on lipstick with your feet.
What?
That would be a bizarre talent.
on-
Lipstick
but wait,
with your
I can
feet.
show you videos of people with no arms that do it.
Oh, did I ever tell you my mailman story? Jesus Christ, I was working. It's so funny. I felt bad, but I was working, and it was first parcel of the day. I walk in the house early morning. I ring the doorbell. I'm holding the parcel. I'm reading the name. They open the door. Poor lady, no arms.
Oh.
I was like, oh shit, like I'm caught off guard. It's not. I delivered tons of parcels.
Yeah.
okay, madame, I'm going to put it on the floor.
Hand mail.
And I said, I put it down. And she's like, okay. I'm like, okay, I'm going to sign for you, right? And she's like, no, I'll sign. I was like, okay. Like, I'm dumbfounded. I don't know what to say.
And the foot comes up.
And I'm like, okay. She's like, put it on the floor. So I put the scan on the floor, and she signed it with her fucking toenail.
Oh, wow.
She was signing, her toenail was touching the screen, and I'm like, now am I supposed to ask her for this? Well, I got to pick up her fucking foot scuzz that was on my scanner. So I picked it up, brought it in the truck, and that spray came out. But yeah.
I have a third bizarre talent, which I would love to do.
Tell me.
I would love to learn how to cut up blowfish.
What?
Blowfish is a delicacy.
Yeah, that you can
it's a
kill
seafood
yourself
that can
with.
kill you. Apparently, there's only a certain number of people in the world who are talented enough to clean it properly. And there is no known antidote for the poison.
So if you eat it, you die.
Yeah, and it's a very excruciating death. So that would be a very bizarre talent.
Certain
There's
parts of the fish that you can eat,
and
certain
certain
that
you can't. And they are actually trained to learn how to properly cut. And I think that would be a bizarre talent. To know.
That is a bizarre talent, and there's tons of other fish you can eat.
No, but it's a delicacy. Apparently, it's a delicacy.
Okay,
Have you ever seen Charlie's Angels?
You know what? Where's that T-bone I was talking about? I'm good with
In
that.
China, there's a lot of delicacies but I wouldn't eat them.
Alfie, last one. Name 3 outrageous things you would do for... Who are you asking? Name 3 outrageous things you would do for a date. Oh, shit.
Wow.
I didn't anticipate.
What kind of date?
Yeah, this first question. What are we getting into the date?
Oh my
Was
God.
it met on Tinder or I'll that friend finally?
Surprise us, Alfie.
You know what? It's funny though, because
Would you want to touch their feet?
no, I'm a foot person. Me, yeah.
You said shoes. He got excited. Remember that?
No, what I mean is the feet have to be perfect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
my wife's feet are perfect. I mean,
Okay.
Oh,
there's-
nice.
yeah,
This
no,
is,
I can't. No. I told one of my ex-girlfriends to keep her socks on during sex.
Alfie, it's okay. It's just a podcast. Go on.
I met her in winter, and then when they came off, I could put them back on. when it actually happened, and then the day after, sorry.
Oh, no.
Oh my God, that's
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
yeah. So you went through with it, is what you're saying?
Well, dude, I was there. I was young.
That's
there.
when you have to drink and drink. Oh my God! Why do we always end up there? With Alfie? Always.
I have no answers to that. I mean, I'm very.
He's been married for years.
Yeah.
He's got 2 beautiful kids.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, no, this is like pre.
Yeah,
It's not
even
now.
free. I was never.
Dude, we went out
I don't.
together. I ain't working for this. If you want to come, I'm here, but I ain't working for it.
Yeah, I'm not. I was never. I don't mean to be the. How do you say it, the macho guy? It's equal rights for a man and a woman. Mm-hmm. But I've been to. Let's take one example. We gone out with one of my friends to a club, met a girl. And we talked the whole night, and she gave me her number, and I asked her, at the end of the night, there's those slow dances. She's like, yeah, hold on. She goes, and she worked at the same club that we were at, but she wasn't working that night. She goes, my boss wants to dance with me. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So she went on the dance floor, danced, and she came back to ask me for the dance. I ripped up her number, and I put it in her glass. I go,
Yeah.
That's because she was a stripper and she
Yeah,
was getting
yeah.
more tip there.
Not happening. I go, you think me I'm stupid in my life? So, I mean, respect goes both ways. I wouldn't do it to a girl, so don't do it to me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. That's
If
normal.
I'm there that day we're having a conversation and I'm paying attention to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not going to break my head that if I see that they ain't going to, ciao, I'm gone. But I've been married for now, 20 years now? So.
Wow. Yeah, that's it. Oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So my questions really were, see?
We off
They
topic,
were
but
off topic. Yeah, they were
hey, man,
quite
let's
off topic.
talk it out. That's what the podcast is called. So
So, and all of this, Alfie, now in terms of, now we're going to go back to your bike because we had a little bit of an intermission. What is it that you can tell somebody who wants to start off? Like, what is your advice besides the drinking? What is your advice that you can give somebody starting off wanting to learn, and even not just learn how to ride, but learn how to purchase
like
one?
would you, because we kind of
know.
asked them already, but like would you tell people to come with you? Would you take someone on a ride, or go ask a biker to take you on a ride, see if you enjoy that
It
feeling?
depends
Not
the
just
person.
that, how to select what
I
is
find that
the
it's
best for
depending
them.
the person, because there's a lot of people out there that will get up one morning, I want to ride a bike, and they'll go 3 corner streets, and you're like, I don't know how we even gave you the right to even drive a bicycle. And there are people that do want, everybody's different. So suggestions, I can't give really a suggestions, just be careful out there.
Yeah.
That
that
what
would
kind
be
of
the
bike,
best one.
everybody's different.
Yeah.
Everybody's different.
Do you need to research that before?
You gotta,
Like, do you take the time? Like, I'm terrible. Like, when I have to buy something, it could be a fucking $12
Either-
belt. I'm gonna fucking research what kind of
everybody's
leather and all this
different.
stupid
Either you
stuff.
know what you want, or some people will research it. I started off on a
But
Honda.
should you? Do you have to?
Everybody's different. I'm not gonna say yes, you should, no, you shouldn't.
Like, there's some products that I'll look at and say,
there's
Yeah.
there's companies that like Harley. Let's say I'm gonna take Harley. You can go there for in the summer, and they put out their bikes, and you can ride their bikes before buying them. See if you feel comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable,
that's
like
perfect.
there's you can rent them before before buying one. So you rent them for the weekend. There's many things, but everybody's different. I started off on a Honda CB650. I rode it for 3 years, got my experience when I needed it, and then I bought a Sportster. And then from my Sportster, I went to my bike, and this is my 3rd bike. And I've had
Is
these
this the
3
one
bikes
for
in
life?
the past 20 years. Yeah, this one's
nice.
That's the one.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful bike. We've seen
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
I put time and money into it, and
Send me a picture. I'm gonna put on the podcast.
Yeah.
I put a lot of time and money into it, all the airbrush and all that. And when
Yeah,
I did
it's
have my
nice.
accident, and I got to the hospital, and they were putting me in the MRI machine.
You're
And my
asking
wife
if
was
the
there. I
bike-
was like, "Did you see the bike? Well, what happened to the bike?" I was like, "This is all scratched." The bike had practically no damage. I took most of the hit.
Wow.
Good.
Hardly any damage on the bike.
Not good.
Not good.
Isn't the bike like the car takes all the hit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the way it happened is because when I hit, the crash bars took most of the hit, and I just
You took the hit. Yeah.
You,
I just went like Superman. So,
you learned how to fly.
yeah.
Ouch.
So-
Alrighty. Well, thanks, Alfie, for being our guest.
Yeah.
It was nice to have you on. And you know what? Now that you spoke about motorcycles, I'm not buying one. Sorry.
Buy me one.
But everybody's different. I mean,
Yeah. I'm a Vespa
it's either
girl.
you want it or you don't. There's some people that will go out,
Yeah.
want to go ride a bike, and just don't have the knack for it. Some people go out already know what they want. Some people have it in their blood, and they've having it since. So I can't really give an advice on what to do. It's who you are and what you want to do. I mean,
Yep. Makes perfect sense.
it's your choice. I mean, just be careful.
Yep. And on that note, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. And remember, we do have our brother podcast sessions with Steph, but you have to subscribe to ours first, obviously.
Nope.
And we also have our Likumbari podcast as well, which is our technically our cousin podcast. I
Oh,
don't
we're
know
gonna
why.
have a new podcast eventually.
Yeah.
coming,
Eventually,
that's
so
in the
guys,
works.
stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
There's something a brewing. I
Yeah.
like that word, a brewing. Anyways, guys, take care. We'll see you soon on the next podcast. Until then, ciao.
Bye. Guys. Thanks, Alfie.
Bye.
Ciao.